Join them.
What is this, a bunch of bloody poofters? You lot better get your orders into Phyllis if you want some of my happiness, Dust. Getting a supply in real soon.
I've told you before, Gaffney, no drugs.
That's right, forget it. It's a waste of time. Nobody'd buy it off you anyway.
There'll always be customers.
Not while I'm here.
All right, you made your point. It'll be Coke. Real good stuff, too. So get your orders in, girls.
She's not going to back down.
We're going to have to make her.
Feels strange having a shower without a screw breathing down your neck. Classy joint. Bet he pays a fortune for it.
He doesn't pay for anything. He takes.
How about some booze?
And push your luck, Bobby.
This is how you used to live, isn't it? Before they put you in the slammer.
Yes. I used to call the shots. It makes a difference.
Wonder what Reno and the screws are thinking back at Wentworth.
Mrs. Reynolds and the officers are too busy hanging on to their jobs to worry about us.
How'd you fix it? You know, getting out.
The less you know about that, the better. Make sure you remember that.
Does she understand why she's been allowed to stay alive?
Oh, yes.
Good. You start work now. The Minotti brothers look after your area. Don't give them any trouble, you're very replaceable. You'll need some clothes for yourself and the girl. But don't get any ideas about going shopping on your own. Take Keith or one of the other boys. They'll organise transport for you when you want it. And I'm sure you're both aware that you're on probation. Move. I'll be back.
Myra's points are valid, Meg. I don't doubt you put together a very good report for the department.
Yes, that's some constitution she's got. Taking on the women's problems when she's got so many of her own. And now her daughter's left home. I've had to tell her.
Well, perhaps worrying about the women and the conditions is helping her blot out her own worries. She must be frantic about that.
Yes, she's only 16. I mean, she loves Myra. She also loved her father. And she's the one that's got to give incriminating evidence at her own mother's trial.
God, I don't think I could have handled that at 16.
Me either. I was wondering if I could move Bryant in with Myra. I mean, they're old friends, and she could be a steadying influence at a time like this.
No objection as far as I'm concerned, but Myra looked pretty stable to me when she was practically threatening to blow the union whistle.
And I'm worried about Payne being in the same block as Myra. I've spoken to Alan Desmond. He thinks Payne could be called as a witness against his mother.
What? We should have been told that.
Well, she only came in on a drug and assault charge. I mean, I thought you knew that
No, and that's a very serious situation. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do about
you
it.
wanted, Governor, and I've fixed the telly in the rec room, despite Pixie Mason's help. It's good to have it back, though,
Yes,
isn't
it is. What do you think of her claim that she was lured away on false pretenses?
Well, if there's any truth in it, it must make a big difference to her hearing.
Surely it wouldn't be that hard to find that Ralph Cranton.
Leave it to the police, Meg. It's up to Mason's lawyer to bring out the truth at a hearing. In the meantime, let's remember our job's here. Finding Ralph Cranton or our missing prisoners is strictly for the police.
Oh, geez, this is boring. I'm almost glad I'm not going to be here much longer.
I never knew you to complain about taking it easy before.
It's crap. Either we go on strike or we forget the whole friggin' idea.
Oh, look, I've told you. I laid it on the line with Mrs. Reynolds. Now let's give her a chance to do something about it. You know what the bloody department's like, though. It takes them a month to change their typewriter ribbons.
Yeah, Myra's right. We've got to give Mrs. Reynolds a fair go.
Anyway, Myra's top dog. We do as she says.
If I want to do my own thing, I will.
Yeah, why not? Everyone should do their own thing if they want to.
There are rules around here. We've got to learn to stick by them.
Besides, Myra's trying to make things better for us.
Yeah. Myra, you really reckon I'll get a chance to learn all about engines and stuff?
If I have my say, Cash, you'll get a proper apprenticeship. Make it a lot easier for you when you get out.
That'll be the day when they let her out. 3 murders and an escape rap. You realise you're locked up in here with 3 legs on a murder rap?
Yeah, I need to go to the loo. Watch the press, Jude. I have to go too. You really believe that, don't you?
What?
About people doing their own thing.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
come on, you know.
What?
You put the idea into her head, but you're a bit stupid gloating about it.
Listen, I tell you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Kay has left home and you can take full credit.
Why blame me? I didn't even know, all right?
Now, I took you in off the street, you lousy little bitch. I took you into my home, in with my family, and how did you repay me? Climbed into bed with my husband, and then turned him against his own son. But that wasn't enough, was it, Gloria? Oh, no. You had to muck up my daughter's life the way you've mucked up yours. Because of you, she got picked up by the cops.
Better she turns out like me than a murderess like her mother.
You're going to regret you said that, slut.
You just can't get over your old man dumping you when he found someone who could really give him what he wanted in bed. And don't blame me for what your little girl's done. She wiped you a long time ago. You're just the rotten bitch who killed her father, and she can't wait to get up in court and tell just that.
I'm going to do you a big favour, Gloria. I'm going to make sure that you never get into any trouble with a married man again. Or any man, for that matter. I mean, what have you got to offer but a pretty face? Not a thing. Well, it's not going to be pretty for very much longer.
Desmond, you wouldn't be here if Mrs. Morris hadn't thought you were threatening Payne.
She didn't see me strike, Payne.
Meg?
No, I didn't. But it was obvious you weren't having a friendly chat. Payne looked terrified. Had no choice but to report it.
But you heard no actual threat being made?
No. But I am aware that there's a lot of tension between the two women.
Yes, I'm making arrangements for Payne to be transferred to another block. Myra, I simply cannot understand your behaviour. After all the work you've done for the PIG and knowing your trial was coming up, I thought you'd be too intelligent to get yourself into this sort of trouble. Now, reorganising things so I can move Payne is going to be difficult and time-consuming. So I want your word of honour that there'll be no more trouble with her before a transfer. Will you give me that?
Yes.
Right. But if you let me down...
I won't let you down, Mrs. Reynolds. I promise.
Good. I wouldn't accept that from a lot of the women, but in your case, I believe your word really does mean something.
You're hurting my arm.
I'll hurt a lot more than that if you give me trouble, baby. Look around. This is my territory. And anything that Gino and his brother Mario says around here goes. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Because we'll be watching you. And don't get any ideas about holding back on the cash. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Hey, get it back to work.
What's this dump?
This is where you operate and where you stay. Now, come on. We'll get you settled in.
I thought I had to start work now.
I always test the merchandise before it goes out on the street. And you'd better be good. I like a little imagination from my girls.
Wasn't aware you had a sister, Gaffney?
Maybe you just forgot, Mrs. Morris.
How come she's never visited before?
I think that's when she was overseas. She gets around a fair bit, you know. G'day, sis. Good to see you.
No physical contact, please.
Sorry. Glad to see you, hon. Let's go and take a stroll. Okay, who are you?
Friend of Mr. Hughes.
How's he making out?
Fine. Seems to think he's going to have a very good year. That's if all his contracts work out.
I'm sure they will.
I want to know how you were. If you're still finding a few old friends around the place.
Oh, yeah, and making some new ones, too. Everything's fine.
Right, I'll have a look at that.
Sure. Not very trusting, are they? Thanks.
Just about x-rayed me while I was signing the visitors book. Suppose they're doing the same to the soap and powder I brought in for you.
Probably. God, anyone would think I wanted to come back to this bloody dump. Can you believe it? Next thing you know, they'll be giving us a breathalyzer before they chuck us in the lockup for the night.
Hey, Pix, it's a go slow, not knock-off time.
I was just thinking.
The